going through this list rather quickly of things that have big cultural impact and of course involve change. We have to speak, at least to mention the importance of it, is the aftermath of slavery and how after World War II that we actually started to do something. Three great Civil Rights Act, 1957, 1965, and 1967. These three powerful acts started a lot of positive change, and we're still dealing with them today. Unfortunately, those things have not brought us together as much as they should. But every professional person and person who works with other people has to be aware of that sophisticated subject. I wouldn't do it justice if I were to make any more comments about it. Okay, you know, the Vietnam War basically damaged an entire generation, and it did it in two ways. It introduced them all to drug use, to illegal drug use, and the culture actually, for a long time, made a huge number of people believe that it was cool. Certainly in the LSD cocaine usage area. But of course, now we know how terribly damaging that is to our country. And Vietnam gets the lion's share of the credit about that. Second, the Vietnam War caused that entire generation to lose faith in basic institutions, from governments down to colleges, universities. And it actually corrupted those colleges and universities because a lot of people saw that getting into them was a way to get even, culture that they didn't like. We also saw a huge number of people who damaged by that and who had mental illness. And of course, our mental health system is a great tragedy. And so we saw so many homeless people affected by PTSD, Agent Orange, mental health, whatever. Now, one of my favorites is the Great Recession of 2008. This is the greatest crime in the history of the United States. It destroyed somewhere between 12 and $20 trillion of value. And no one was punished for it. The mainstreaming of fraudulent securities. We have to blame another group of people who believe that everyone should have a home, even if you didn't have a job or any means of paying back the loan. So that was a perfect storm that we're still dealing with that recession, that aftermath of that now. That hurt a lot of people. A lot of people lost IRA money, retirement savings. It certainly had a very negative effect. There's a great movie on this called The Big Short. And this started the great cynicism about there is a lack of accountability for the 1%, the people in government, the people in the financial world, who are unaccountable for any consequences of what they do. And that, of course, is even more present today, but that's for another topic.
That all of those events historically seem to me to have contributed to an overall sense of discouragement and hopelessness. This is as good as it gets. It's never going to get any better. It's never going to go back to the way it was when I enjoyed my life differently. And so the best I can hope for is creature comforts, which has exacerbated the consumerist culture. I'm gonna hide away in my house. I'm gonna eat food that I paid somebody else to deliver to my house. I'm going to buy stuff online and it gets delivered to my front door. I'm just going to hide away and consume and indulge myself because this is as good as it gets. And that to me is indicative of a tremendous national hopelessness or discouragement. And I would really like to see us transform that and feel hopeful again and feel confident again and feel engaged with each other again.
The problem with the women's movement is that it said to be a woman, you have to fit only this model, being a successful businesswoman and putting that ahead of family and relationships. And that was not the intent of the women's movement. The intent of the women's movement was to say women should be able to make any choice they want. But that has really been lost or subdued to a great degree.
Yeah, that original message, you can have whatever you want, has gotten lost along the way, perhaps.
So that's all I've got to say in this session. It's been fun speaking with you.